Hi, CAT aspirants. Welcome to Super Grats. I am your English mentor, Sana Jafri, and I welcome you to this very riveting and productive series, Word Power Made Easy by Norman Lewis. So, yes, we have come really far, and I hope that you've watched all my previous sessions, in fact, the sessions by the entire team of Super Grats. And if you do that, you will definitely benefit. So, all those of you who have been watching this series, I'm sure you now have plethora of new words added to your vocabulary. You understand etymology much better. There's a wealth of root words that you now have at your disposal, right? And I'm sure you are on your way to become a logo file already. Okay, so with this, let's do today's session, which is about how to talk about what goes on, right? So this is spanning session 42 to 44. So, as always, this is an abridged version of these sessions where I have ensured that I cherry pick just the right words for you people. Okay, I have made a point not to miss any root words. I've tried my best to cover all of them, everything given to you, served to you in a very concise and student friendly format. Okay, so I hope you are ready. Let's dive in. So, first of all, we get to learn these nice words, interesting words, and all of them are about what goes on in and around us. In our lives, a lot keeps happening, right? हमारी जिंदगी में इतनी सारी चीजें होती रहती हैं. So, ये words, those lofty and nice words, if we use in our daily conversations, I'm sure we can become way more articulate than what we currently are, right? So, coming to this, first of all, the first word here, innovate. Okay, so I quite resonate with this word. Sometimes it happens that after having a really long, dull, and tiring day, I feel innovated. What is innovate? When your energy is completely sapped. खत्म हो गए हो आप काम कर करके थक गए हो your energy is drained you are so tired you are feeling so worn out that is when you are innovated when you're worn out completely तो ये तो टायर्ड का भी सुपरलेटिव है ठीक है एनर्वेट का एक मैं बहुत प्यारा निमोनिक आपको बताती हूँ इनोवेट डजंट इट लुक लाइक एनर्जी वेस्ट निमोनिक है यू माइट फाइंड इट सिली यू माइट फाइंड इट रिडिकुलस बट इट वर्क्स ओके तो आप देखिए आई वुड रादर चेंज माई पेन कलर फॉर बेटर विजिबिलिटी राइट तो इनोवेट मतलब एनर्जी वेस्ट यार तुम्हारी पूरी एनर्जी वेस्ट हो गई है ना आई होप यू विल रिमेंबर दिस वर्ड नाउ एंड वी विल ऑल्सो शेयर इट्स etymology or root so don't you worry you will definitely be able to remember this word so this is all about innovate next is castigate. Castigate is when you lash out at someone. When you're kind of like, really very, you're scolding someone, you're shouting at someone, right? That is, you are castigating. When you scold someone or severely criticize someone, you say all mean and nasty words to them, right? That is you castigate. Maybe I was innovated and I was in such a foul mood, and my maid, okay, she screwed up the domestic chore, and that is where inadvertently I castigated her. I didn't mean to be rude to her, but then since I was like, already in a bad shape, and when she spoiled the thing, I castigated her. Okay, just an example. Self abnegate. It's self denial. देखो यार यही वो सारे वर्ड्स हैं जो हमें डेली कॉन्वर्जेशंस में बहुत हेल्प करेंगे ये सब होता रहता है ना लाइफ में समटाइम्स यू वेरी टायर्ड समटाइम्स यू वेरी अपसेट एंड एंग्री तो तुम चिल्ला देते हो किसी के ऊपर कभी कभी इट्स लाइक वेरी ऑफन वी हैव टू सेल्फ एब्निकेट फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई सी समटाइम्स इन मदर्स व्हेन आई लुक एट माय मदर आई फील कितना मतलब सेल्फ डिनायल में रहती हैं वो है ना यानी कि व्हाट डज दिस मीन she does not accept pleasures of life. She is so आई वुड से शी लिव सच एन ऑस्टियर लाइफ, सच अ सिंपल लाइफ। बस अपने आप को सबसे एंड में रखती हैं, सबसे पहले अपने बच्चे, सबसे पहले अपनी फैमिली, है ना। तो ये क्या हो गया, यू आर डिनाइंग योर सेल्फ ऑफ ऑल द प्लेजर्स एंड कंफर्ट्स ऑफ लाइफ। Mothers are selfless. So all those people who are selfless, who are altruistic, right, they self abnegate. If you are an altruist, I think we've done this before, right, word power का ही ये एक वर्ड है, वर्ड पावर में डीजी के पहले ही सेशन से आया, तो आई एम श्योर आपको याद होगा। So when you're altruistic, you actually, what you're doing, you are denying all the goods of life, the pleasure, and you are keeping others ahead of you. आप इतने selfless हो गए हो, that is self abnegation. ठीक है? Okay. Recapitulate, madam, can you recapitulate all the words that we have just learned? So recapitulation is a quick revision. ठीक है, ये तो सबको पता ही होगा. This is a very easy word. So this is giving a quick recap or a revision. Vegetate. So nice. It's a very nice word. आप जब वेजिटेट सुनते हो तो आपके दिमाग में वेजिटेबल या इस टाइप के कोई टर्म्स आते हैं जो आपने साइंस में पढ़े होंगे. बट देन इन योर नॉर्मल इंग्लिश, इन योर नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज, वेजिटेट सिंपली मीन्स टू हैव अ वेरी बोरिंग एंड मीनिंगलेस काइंड ऑफ एन एग्जिस्टेंस. ओके, सो when I feel that my life has become so mundane, okay, mundane हो गई है जिंदगी, एकदम एक जैसी, वही सेट ठर्रा, रोज सुबह आना, सुबह सुबह उठना, भाग भाग के ऑफिस आना, फिर क्लासेस लेना, यूट्यूब लेना, डाउट्स लेना, फिर लेट घर पहुंचना, घर पहुंच के वही रील्स देखना, खाना खाना, एंड देन यू आर ऑलरेडी सो इनोवेटेड, एंड देन यू स्लीप, एंड देन यू थिंक अबाउट द नेक्स्ट डे अगेन, without any vacation at stretch, without any nice gatherings and outings. So I feel my life has become very mundane. I am merely vegetating, simply living and growing old. Okay, so vegetate करना जब आपकी बहुत ही mundane या जिसको हम कहते हैं रन ऑफ द मिल टाइप की एग्जिस्टेंस हो जा रही है, बोरिंग टाइप की हो जा रही है, एक ही जैसी हो रही है, ओके, कोई चेंज नहीं है, दैट इज टू वेजिटेट. Simulate. So class, I hope that आपको, just a second, I'll have to clear the board. सिम्युलेशन आपको पता होगा. आप समझो सिम्युलेट का एक्चुअल तो मतलब हो जाता है कॉपी, बट एक और मतलब जो बहुत कॉमनली समझ में आता है वो है टू प्रिटेंड. प्राइमरीली कॉपी वुड बी द मीनिंग, okay, but then pretension is also another meaning, a second meaning of the word. So when you're simulating, जैसे कि we talk about mock tests, so it's a simulation of the real exam, of the actual exam, where you actually pretend to be the actual paper. हम अगर कैट पढ़ा रहे हैं, आपको कैट के mock test दे रहे हैं, तो ये क्या है, आपके लिए simulation है. We are trying to copy or mimic, okay, the actual exam. We have framed our mock test on the lines of the actual CAT paper. So as if we are like pretending to be the paper, the actual CAT examination. So this is where it comes from, right? So simulation किसी चीज का हो रहा है, तो you're copying or mimicking or you're pretending. Is this much clear? Okay. Intimate. Now intimate के भी दो मतलब. पहला intimate as an adjective and second intimate as a verb. तो एज एन एडजेक्टिव तो इंटीमेट का मतलब क्या होता है आपको पता है, यू वेरी क्लोज, ओके, ओके, these are my intimate friends, my close friends. So when you're very close with someone, could be emotionally, could be physically also. So intimate we also say in the sense of, you know, forming very close physical relationships with someone. So that is called intimate relationship, okay. But then as a verb, to intimate often means to inform or to declare. But then very often आप देखेंगे कि it's mostly like, you know, dropping hints. You are telling something but indirectly. तो very often this word is used like आप जब किसी को बता रहे हो but एकदम clearly नहीं बता रहे हो, थोड़ा सा hint करके बता रहे हो या indirectly बता रहे हो, that is intimating. So in this book they have covered this more, they have emphasized on this. ये तो adjective common है intimate that I am telling you about, right? Now coming to this word alleviate. I'm sure you already know about this word क्योंकि बड़ा common word है. Now what is to alleviate? Okay, imagine that I'm innovated, okay, and I'm feeling very worn out, very tired, and I feel that I have a very, very chronic headache, which, despite taking coffee and tea, nothing has helped me so far. Despite taking rest, abhi bhi mujhe na sar dard ho raha hai. So I want to alleviate my pain. I want to mitigate my pain, है ना? So what is alleviate? Alleviate is to mitigate. मतलब lessen anything like any pain or any kind of a discomfort. That is alleviation. Okay? Commiserate, ये भी कई बार होगा. Sometimes if a person is feeling blue, the person is feeling very sad, and I want to alleviate them. I want to alleviate their pain. This is not a physical pain, this is emotional suffering, and I want to alleviate someone's suffering, then I am trying to commiserate with them. Now, what do you mean by commiserate? What is to commiserate? Commiserate means to sympathize with someone. किसी से हमदर्दी जताना, किसी का दुख समझना, आप उसके साथ कमिजरेट कर रहे हो, आप सिंपथाइज कर रहे हो, ठीक है ना? दैट इज कमिजरेटिंग. ओके, सो यू अंडरस्टैंड देयर पेन. ओके, you try to alleviate their pain, you understand what they're going through, you say some nice words to comfort them, to placate their suffering. Vacillate. Now vacillate बुक में बड़े इंटरेस्टिंग तरीके से बताया गया है कि there's a girl, a lucky girl, okay, who gets a proposal from two people. So there are two suitors for that girl, and both of them are so nice, right? Both the guys are amazing, and so she's so confused between the two, and she keeps on wondering whom to marry. शादी तो एक से ही हो सकती है. इससे करूं? नहीं नहीं नहीं, उससे करती हूँ. उससे करूं? नहीं, इससे करूं. So this kind of a situation where you vacillate, it means that you are changing, you are wavering, your mind wavers. Mind is wavering. मतलब आप डिसीजन ही नहीं ले पा रहे हो, you are so confused. Okay, so this is being very vacillating. When you vacillate, your mind wavers. You're not able to take a decision क्योंकि आप बहुत ज्यादा to and fro हो रहे हो, आप बहुत ज्यादा confused हो. So I hope ये सारे words आपको clear है. Are you ready for an exercise? So very simple, match the following or match the column exercises coming your way. I'm stepping aside. Please pause the video and mark the answers. Share your answers in the comment section. Please, you don't share your answers. Please do that. हाँ जी, ठीक है? So I very much hope that you're through. See, simply being a passive viewer is not going to take you too far. You must engage, you must involve yourself. Okay, you must solve every exercise that we put up. Okay, so first of all, inner weight. Inner weight क्या होता है? जब बहुत ज़्यादा आपकी energy weak हो गई है, you are so drained, you are exhausted, you are fatigued. Castigate, when you scold. Censure, or scold, or as we say, you lash out at someone. J. Self-abnegate is of a denial. Deny oneself. Deny oneself of all the comforts and pleasures, right? Self-abnegation, right? Third is A. तो हम कह सकते हैं जो ascetic होते हैं, जो hermits होते हैं, जिन लोगों ने बहुत कड़ी तपस्या की है, या जिन्होंने those hermits जो वो कर लेते हैं ना, मतलब एक तरह से क्या कहना चाहिए, साधु टाइप लोग, तो वो वर्ल्डली प्लेजर के बियॉन्ड चले जाते हैं, एंड दे आर सेल्फ एब्निगेटिंग. रिकैपिचुलेट, तो वी नो इट्स टू समराइज, सारे की पॉइंट्स दोबारा हाईलाइट करना, समराइज करना. वेजिटेट, वेजिटेट व्हेन यू हैव अ वेरी stagnant kind of an existence, जब कुछ भी लाइफ में हैपनिंग नहीं हो रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है सब कुछ सेम, डल सा, मंडेन सा, रेगुलर सा हो रहा है. Simulate is to pretend. Yes, here we are. I. Intimate, what is intimate? Intimate is to suggest or hint. जैसे मैंने बोला था inform indirectly. Alleviate, what is alleviate? Alleviate is to lessen or lighten. Commiserate is to sympathize. And vacillate, finally, is to waver. आई होप इट इज क्लियर. कैसी रही आपकी एक्यूरेसी? आई होप आपकी एक्यूरेसी अच्छी रही. तो चलिए अब आगे बढ़ते हैं. अब थोड़े से, नाउ दैट वी अंडरस्टूड दीज वर्ड्स, इट्स टाइम टू अंडरस्टैंड देयर एटिमोलॉजी. रूट पढ़ने से वी गेट to know other words also that stem out of that root, and these words anchor so beautifully well in our mind that we're able to retain them longer. Okay, so let's move towards the root section. The first thing is levis, which means light. So I'm sure you're wondering, is your favorite brand Levi's inspired by this root word? Could be that only the brand owners know better. Okay, so levis means light. Okay, alleviate is lessening, to lessen your burdens and pain. It's actually making something light, है ना. ये आपके जो burdens है वो हल्के करना, आपकी तकलीफें हल्की करना, आपके गम कम करना. So that is to alleviate, hence the connection with this root light. Easy enough. Now the word alleviate. Apart from that, we now have the second word elevate. Elevate करना मतलब आपको ऊपर ले जाना. We also have the elevator. तो elevate करना मतलब आप इतने हल्के, आपको एक तरह से वो हल्का बना रहा है और उठा रहा है हवा में, है ना. elevate. Even levitate. levitate का भी मतलब हो जाता है जैसे कि levitation physically हम कहते हैं. For example, have you ever seen those visuals? I've seen them, that someone is meditating, some sadhu is meditating, and वो योगा कर रहे हैं actually, और वो ना हवा में आ जाते, उठ जाते हैं. या फिर कोई मैजिशियन है, कोई शो कर रहा है और वो एकदम से लिटरली बैठे बैठे हवा में है, मतलब sailing in the air. That's levitation. So levitate is when you are so light in the air, you are floating like a cloud. That is levitate. एक song भी है ना दुआ लिपा का, I'm levitating. Wonderful song. Relieve, when you feel so light, you're relieved. है ना. बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस था, कोई प्रॉब्लम थी, now you are relieved, you are alleviated. Fine. So I hope all these words are easy to understand, and see they all come from a common root, levis, which means light. Nice. Next is caput, which means head. A very less known root this is. Not many people know about it, but it is very interesting. देखो capital, ये क्या है? Capital city की जब हम बात करते, it is the head city, the major city. Okay, तो head city. Captain, captain is the head. लीडर है वो, हेड है वो, मेन बंदा है वो, आगे है. ठीक है ना. ये सारे वर्ड्स इसी रूट से बने ना. Decapitate is a very nice word. Decapitate. D often is used as a negative prefix. Okay. And capit refers to head. So decapitate means to chop off the head. The woman was brutally killed by the criminal. He decapitated her head. Okay, तो ऐसे कुछ gruesome murders के बारे में हम देखते हैं, हम पढ़ते हैं. तो whenever you hear the word decapitate, बड़ा अजीब सा लगता है. Fine, decapitate करना is to remove the head. Recapitulate. अब ये recapitulate कैसे हो गया? देखो, re means again. And as I told you, that recapitulation is actually summarizing something or giving a quick review or revision of something. So all the headings of any content, जैसे हम देखते हैं ना, हम कोई भी चीज पढ़ रहे हैं, कोई भी चैप्टर पढ़ रहे हैं, तो उसकी इतनी सारी हेडिंग्स होती हैं. तो आप की पॉइंट्स को समराइज करते हो ना, आप हर एक डिटेल नहीं बताते. तो when you talk about, coming up with the headings again, so your head refers to the headings of the content or the text. And when you recapitulate, you summarize them. Fine. So this is how we learn words, numerous words through their root word. Okay, let's proceed. Let's do some more nice roots. Simulo, as already discussed, simulo means to copy. So simulation would be an artificially made environment, okay, or anything when you're trying to copy something, that's a simulation. मैंने आपको एग्जाम दिया था mock tests का. When something is simulated, it is synthetic actually. It is man-made. It's not the original. It's actually इसको हम कहते हैं ना imitation jewelry. Simulated pearls हैं ये. So when something is simulated, it's a simulated gem. That means it's not a naturally occurring gem. It is a copy. It's an imitation. हम कहते हैं ना imitation jewelry. Fine. So this is simulation. Very interestingly, you come to this word which means dissimulation. And somebody who dissimulates is a dissimulator. So the verb form here is dissimulate. And what does this mean? When you actually are pretending or masking your feelings, when you mask your feelings. So यहाँ हो क्या रहा है, आपकी जो ओरिजिनल फीलिंग्स थी, जो आपका जेन्युइन इमोशन है, वो आप छुपा देते हो. Fine, what's the connection with simulo copy? If you remember, it's about, that you copying some random emotion and you're hiding your original emotion. It's a pretension. You're pretending. For example, imagine वो थ्री इडियट्स का डायलॉग है ना कि जब दोस्त टॉप करता है तो खुशी होती है. नहीं, जब दोस्त फेल हो जाता है तो दुख होता है. लेकिन जब वो खुश हो, जब वो टॉप कर लेता है तो और ज्यादा दुख होता है. या समथिंग लाइक दैट. तो हमारा ही दोस्त है बट उसने टॉप कर लिया, वो फर्स्ट आ गया, हम तो फेल हो गए, या हमारी बहुत नॉर्मल रैंक रही, तो वो फर्स्ट आया तो हमको दुख हो रहा होता है अनफॉर्चुनेटली. बट हम क्या करें? वी कैन नॉट एक्सप्रेस दैट वी आर सैड, वी कैन नॉट शो आवर जेलसी, वी कांट मैनिफेस्ट आवर जेलसी, सो विल हैव टू pretend that we are very happy. करना पड़ता है कई बार. Pretension. You dissimulate. एक और मिलता जुलता वर्ड है इससे, dissemble. दोनों को साथ ही याद करो. They mean the same when you are actually masking your true emotions, your true feelings, and you are actually pretending. So here in this scenario, he throws a party and we are the first ones and we cheer him up and we're so happy, but deep down our hearts we're feeling a little jealous. Okay, so that's very human. ऐसा होता है. So a number of times we have to dissemble or dissimulate. Vegeto. So vegeto means to live and grow. What vegetables do? है ना, ये कोई conscious animals नहीं है, expressive नहीं है, emotive, या they are not able to emote and express themselves, they can't communicate, they simply grow. है ना, as time passes they simply grow. Fine, without having any emotions. अंदर से होते होंगे emotion, not getting into that science. तो vegetable भी इसका वहीं से आया कि something which is just like जो आ जाती है और बढ़ जाती है, फिर हम उसको खा जाते हैं, राइट? तो एक बहुत ही mundane existence है. वैसे ही vegetate when you simply live every day, but there is no charm in your life. Fine, it's a very mundane, a very regular, boring, same kind of an existence without any variety. Fine, so this is how it goes. The second root is nego. We were talking about self-abnegation. तो nego का मतलब होता है deny. कोई चीज deny करना का मतलब क्या होता है? Deny literally means to refuse to accept something, ना? So when we say self-abnegate, self we all know खुद के साथ कुछ करना, self, right? Ab क्या होता है? Ab का मतलब होता है away, negate. So we deny something, when anything is coming our way, we throw it aside. नहीं, हमको नहीं चाहिए. Pleasure, नहीं, हमें नहीं चाहिए. I give you the example of a mother. So anything, a bowl of a favorite ice cream, no, I don't want it. I think I would feed it to my kids first. So she's depriving herself, she's driving away all the things coming away, she's refusing to accept anything. That is how this word comes. Self-abnegation. Negate, when you negate something, you deny it, you refuse to accept it. राइट, आप उसको निगेट कर रहे हो, किसी का स्टेटमेंट है, आपने उसको निगेट कर दिया, यानी कि you went against the statement, or maybe you challenge the statement. So when you negate something, you don't accept it, or maybe you challenge it or oppose it in your own way. Negative और negativity भी इसी से बने, है ना? You completely go opposite something. You're negative towards something, you don't like it, you throw it aside, you don't accept it, you deny it. Negativity is the noun form. Innovate comes from the root nervous, which means nerve. So innovate, E as a prefix, E or X means out. You're so tired as if all your nerves of the body, your body has like literally no energy. All your nerves and blood as if everything's out of your body. हमारे body में जो भी, see, nerves play such a crucial role, such a significant role in our body, right? So imagine a scenario when your nerves are out, when you're like, बिल्कुल ही मतलब सभी कुछ बॉडी में कुछ भी नहीं बचा, इतने थक गए हो आप. So your nerves are out of the body. That's the situation. If your nerves are out, you'll not be able to even move your limbs. Do you now understand? Okay. Finally, ergon. Ergon means work. Ergonomics. Fine. So ergon means work. Energy इसी से आया. The ability to work. Energy. Okay. If you have energy, you can work. Synergy is a nice word. Syn means together. So synergy is when two things work synergistically. It means that ये चीजें when they add up together, हम कहते हैं ना एक और एक 11 बन जाता है. वैसे तो 1 plus 1 is 2. But then 1 plus 1 can become 11 if there is synergy. So when multiple things come together and they so harmoniously blend with each other, that there is, synergy. इसको हम कहते हैं synergy. All right? ठीक है? So we're done with this. Let's move ahead. And finally, we come to the last lap. All the nice words that we have learned here. It's time to solve a very interesting exercise. So the instructions are clear. You have to mark same or opposite. ठीक है? ये दो words आपको दिए हुए. If you feel that they are synonyms, you will mark same. If you think they are opposites, you'll say opposites. ठीक है? I step aside. Please pause the video and solve it yourself. यहां पे एक वर्ड है कैपिचुलेट. थोड़ा कॉम्प्लिकेटेड वर्ड है कैपिचुलेट. ओके, व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ कैपिचुलेट? कैपिचुलेट इज टू यील्ड टू समथिंग. ये कैपिटस से ही आया, हेड से ही आया. तो व्हेन यू सरेंडर टू समथिंग फाइनली, तो वो इस तरह से हेड से आया, बड़े कॉम्प्लिकेटेड इनडायरेक्ट तरीके से, इसलिए मैं आपको बताना नहीं चाहती थी. ये मतलब इमेजिन के आपके एनिमीज आपको फाइनली रिलीज कर रहे हैं, तो आप सोचोगे कि व्हाट आर ऑल दोस इंपॉर्टेंट हेडिंग्स जिसके अंदर मैं अपना कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बनाऊं कि मुझे छोड़ दिया जाए. वो सब में मत पढ़ो. सिंपली ये समझो कि कैपिचुलेट का मतलब होता है टू यील्ड फाइनली व्हेन यू सरेंडर. Okay, that is to capitulate. Setting this aside, I simply request you to solve this exercise. Yield समझते हो ना? When you stop to or you cease to resist. तो चलिए ठीक है, let's do this exercise together. Innovating. बहुत थक गए हो, ठीक है, एंड इसका रिफ्रेशिंग क्या हो जाएगा? वुड बी जस्ट द ऑपोजिट. ऑपोजिट. सिनर्जिस्टिक, न्यूट्रलाइजिंग. नाउ व्हाट इज टू न्यूट्रलाइज? न्यूट्रलाइज करना इज लाइक बैलेंसिंग ईच अदर आउट, बट न्यूट्रलाइजिंग ऑल्सो मीन्स लाइक ऑलमोस्ट किसी चीज को किल करना. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, बेस विल न्यूट्रलाइज द एसिड. तो क्या ये सिनर्जिस्टिक का सिनोनिम होगा, सेम होगा? नहीं, सिनर्जी में तो वो एनहांस करेगा, वो दोनों चीजें मिलकर और बेटर हो जाएंगी, तो ये ऑपोजिट हो जाएगा. कैस्टिगेशन, कैस्टिगेट इज टू स्कोल्ड सिवियरली, so this is the same. Self abnegation, somebody who self abnegates will be a very selfless person. Will such a person be an egoist? Egoist तो I, ईगो से बना है, मैं सबसे अच्छी, मैं सबसे आगे, तो ये तो ऑपोजिट हो जाएगा. नेगेट एंड एक्सेप्ट, ऑब्वियसली ऑपोजिट्स हैं एक दूसरे के. decapitate and behead, the same. Capitis is head, decapitate तो behead करना, यानी कि सर कलम कर देना. ठीक है. recapitulatory, recapitulation मतलब रिवाइज कराना या समराइज कराना. So this is the same. Oh, here decapitate and behead have to be the same, yeah. Sorry, by mistake I wrote opposite. Okay. And finally, capitulate and resist. What do you think? Capitulate is when you surrender, when you cease to resist, or when you stop to resist. So this is going to be the opposite. And here we come to the end of this session. So I hope all that I discussed with you, you've been able to understand. If you like the session or any of my sessions, you can send some nice warm comments to encourage me. And please share these sessions with your friends so that they also benefit. And keep reading, keep working on your vocabulary, keep following us, and like the session for sure. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Okay? Chalo, theek hai. Thank you so much. Signing off. All the best. Keep reading. Stay good. Bye.